Hey buddy, it's Crazy Katan 4 and welcome back to some more Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. In the last one, we went through Classic Mode and ran through as King DDD, a returning fighter from Brawl, and of course, you know, another big boy, another heavyweight fighter. This time around, though, we're going to be heading through Classic Mode as a staple in the Smash series. Meta Knight, former top tier in Brawl. Yeah, he was insane. But he's here in Smash 4 again. So let's see how he performs. So first things first, check out his palette swap. So we got the standard Meta Knight, this blue Meta Knight look. We've got a white Meta Knight. We've got a red Meta Knight, a green Meta Knight, a dark Meta Knight, kind of like, well, a darker shade of blue with some red eyes. We've got a pink Meta Knight, and then a more magenta-ish pink with darker eyes. I think this one is a lot more similar to Galacta Knight, though. I think so. And this one, I don't know what this one. Maybe this is Galacta Knight. One of these two are Galacta Knight. I don't know which one. Oh, and then this one is an actual like Dark Meta Knight, like the character Dark Meta Knight, themed palette swap. So there we go. Pretty cool palette swaps. I like his colors a lot in Smash 4. I think they have yeah, I don't know, they just look really cool. They looked really cool back in Brawl. I think they're even better in Smash 4. I think so. But yeah, Meta Knight is, of course, you know, back here in Smash 4 as a character, as a playable fighter. He, you know, if many of you do know, he used to be the high-tier character, the top-tier character back in Brawl. He was the best character in the game, and I'm pretty sure to this day is basically, like, Brawl Meta Knight is essentially the best Smash character in all of Smash. So, you know, he has that reputation. He definitely has a lot of his resume that he can put. He's a very prominent character within the Smash scene. But anyways, he's changed a good bit from Brawl, right? He's not the, you know, crazy top tier. That killed me. He's not the crazy top tier threat that he used to be. He's still pretty solid in Smash 4, just not as crazy as he used to be, right? That's what I'm trying to say. He's not as prominent in like the competitive scene and dominating the competitive scene as he used to. But still really good. It still has some high points to him, kind of like that. But we'll get into him a little bit now, right? So as general mobility and his archetype as a character, he's a small character, a lightweight, has high gravity and fast fall speed. He's got multiple double jumps, obviously, you know, being tied with, what was it, Kirby and Jigglypuff, and with very fast overall mobility, has a good walk/dash speed, and actually pretty average air speed. He's got a long initial dash, but excellent perfect pivot, and he's got a fast jump squat and low short hop for some quick ground to air transitions. So still pretty solid, right, as a character. Speaking of those strengths as a character in Smash 4, he's got exceptional frame data, as you know you would expect. Most of his moves have less than a 10 frame startup and low ending lag, which obviously is really damn good. He's got a very disjointed sword range with the Galaxia sword, which is his sword, that has fast and safe options. Some strong neutral tools with his dash attack, his dash grab, spacing aerials, quick out of shield moves. Multiple KO options in his forward smash, his up smash, shuttle loop, his up special, his back air, and his up throw, specifically on platforms. 2 intruders, by the way, that's insane, and they both have coins. So that's fun. Outstanding recovery with several specials covering different angles and distances. A deadly offstage game and edge guarding tools, having a wall of pain potential. A very effective grab game with combo throws and setup potential. And the infamous Ruffio 0 to Death combo, which basically strings a lot of up airs together into a final shuttle loop. So yeah, he's got a really good 0 to Death. He can pull it off. He's got a lot of strengths in this game. You know, obviously changing a lot. He's not nearly the same as he was in Brawl, nearly as amazing as he was, but still really solid as a character. However, you know, even with those very good strengths, he's got quite a bit of weaknesses as a character. He's got a very linear neutral, having very few approach options and also no projectile, which definitely can harm him, can do more harm than good. I was hoping to hit with that. Damn, the shuttle loop's actually a really good kill tool, I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping that would work. No. Come, what is Dark Pit doing? I'm so confused right now. Down. Oh, you know what? Sure, that works, I guess. Sorry, yeah, he's got shorter range compared to most of the sword fighters in the game. Very short-lasting hitboxes, which basically require very precise timing. Damn, that assist trophy, scumbag. He's got combo potential that drops at higher percentages. Can you leave? You're not wanted. Oh my gosh. Get out of here, stupid. Wii Fit's jumping around like a maniac right now. Can you, like, please? I tried, that was the wrong way. I'm stupid. Come on. There we go. That kills, of course that kills. Combo potential does drop at higher percentages, which requires a lot of reads for follow-ups. His shuttle loop is very punishable on whiff, and it's often stalled. His recovery specials cause helpless state if they're misused, so a lot of helpless state moves that helpless instances that he can get himself into. He's lightweight, has a fast fall and high gravity, which then leads into poor survivability, and he's very vulnerable to combos. He also does struggle against camping and characters with long-range tools. So yeah, definitely a very good mix of general buffs and weaknesses, right, to his character. As for his custom moves, though, he's got some noteworthy ones to take a quick look at. His custom moves do offer situational benefits to him, but they are generally worse than his defaults due to just having low versatility. Can be some good ones depending on like your playstyle and what you're like looking for, but overall they are going to be a lot worse than just his default special moves. So just keep that in mind if you're thinking about looking at special moves for Meta Knights. We got this now going. Oh gosh, this is not fun. I mean, it could work in my favor. It could kind of work for a little bit there. There we go. The sword actually took Meta Knight out of there. B, beautiful. He overall as a character, he's very high risk, high reward, with a very steep learning curve. He does require very precise execution to capitalize on his openings, and he thrives a lot on strong punish game, combos, and edge guard, but does suffer in neutral against patient and defensive opponents. Definitely like his big weakness. Damn, 3 opponents, are we really getting into this? Give me Ike. And you know what? Give me some range. Give me Samus. That might work. And then let's do, I don't know, DK for some heavy hits. Sure. Well, I don't know if it's too risky of a move, but we'll go for it. But anyways, now as Meta Knight transitioned from Brawl to Smash 4, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about his Brawl dominance, right? So back in Brawl, he was universally regarded as the best character in Brawl, and just possibly just in general a broken character. He had extremely fast mobility in the ground and in the air, multiple jumps, a glide, which obviously got revoked in Smash 4, and excellent frame data. His disjointed attacks with transcendent priority made him very, very hard to challenge, and he dominated most matchups and just warped the metagame. So he was very, very just unstoppable. Really, they spring killed me? That's crazy. He was very, very just unstoppable as a character back in Brawl. Just deadly, super, super deadly. So when he transitioned over to Smash 4, he received many, many nerfs. He has slower startup and reduced active frames, also more ending and landing lag on many of his moves. Later auto-cancel windows now with his neutral, forward, and back aerials no longer auto-canceling into short hops, has reduced range which requires more aggressive play, overall has lower damage output, now pretty below average, key nerfs to his down tilt, forward air, down aerial, shuttle loop, and Mach Tornado, some of his like prominent moves back in Brawl. Mach Tornado is still a lot of fun, still very useful in scenarios, but not to the extent that it used to be. Yeah, you know, if you know Brawl Meta Knight, then you know what I'm talking about. He lost his glide and also his transcendent priority, which reduced his neutral and his edge guarding ability by quite a lot. He has a shorter recovery now with weaker edge guarding due to the general mechanical changes, loss of edge hogging, and also just in general improved recoveries for other characters. And he also has a faster fall speed and no momentum canceling, which makes him more vulnerable to combos and lower survivability. So yeah, very, very strong nerfs to his character in Smash 4, which really does hurt him and really anyone who used to play Brawl Meta Knight. But even with those nerfs, he did still get some buffs moving into Smash 4. He has improved mobility, a faster airspeed, dash speed, and a new perfect pivot, stronger forward and up smash, back aerial, and dimensional capes to some added strength to some of his moves. His dash attack is now a reliable combo starter. His up air is still useful for combos despite having nerfs. And the altered shuttle loop now is a strong combo finisher / KO move near the blast zone. So that's useful to know. He's a lot more rewarding in this game and has a more consistent grab game, and he also benefits from the removal of chain grabs and aerial grab release follow-ups, because that's obviously was a prominent feature back in Brawl, but now with that being out of the game, he does benefit a lot from that removal. So at least that's something to think positively about. For general game updates though, he actually received some buffs post-release, but also for the nerfs, notably his up aerial in version 1.1.5. I don't know why it received nerfs, but he did. So, you know, they really did not want to recreate the fiasco that was Brawl Meta Knight, which I get, but man, that character was so much fun. So much freaking fun. So overall, as a character in Smash 4, he is one of the most heavily nerfed characters in the transition from Brawl to Smash 4. He still retains some key strengths, making him a viable high tier character. He actually is, I'm pretty sure, like A or A- in this game. So like still pretty decent on the tier list, surprisingly enough. It does have lower tournament success, of course, and representation compared to Brawl, but more results than most of the cast. So, hey, that's still something, you know, it's still sort of like a mixed bag, right? Smash 4 Meta Knight is not terrible by any means. He's still really solid as a character. But just like, again, he is not the same as he used to be. It's like night and day, right? With his Knight form being his Brawl form. And in this case, I'm talking about like Knight form being like deadly, right? You don't want to mess with him. Yeah, so not like his Brawl form anymore, but still a very viable character in this game. Absolutely. He still can pull off a lot of stuff. I remember throughout the years watching a lot of Meta Knight play in Smash 4. He can pull off some crazy stuff. He can pull off some really crazy stuff, and it's a lot of fun to actually watch Meta Knight in this game. And heck, there's also the bright side of him just being a lot more not only rewarding as a character as previously mentioned, but he's a lot more fun to watch. Because like obviously, you know, everyone knew Meta Knight back in Brawl. He was just a broken character, top tier, dominated the entire scene for so many years. And like, it got to a point where he just became not really all that enjoyable to watch. To me, he's still really fun to watch. I still love watching Brawl Meta Knight play. But for a lot of characters, for a lot of people I should say, he became kind of boring to watch because everyone played as him. You know, it would just be the same thing over and over again. It just, you know, you get the gist, right? But like in Smash 4, he just became a lot more enjoyable of a character to watch in tournaments, in gameplay. So like I think people enjoy that to an extent, right? Definitely helps his watchability a little bit compared to what it was back in Brawl. Let me see if I can kill. Oh, you know what? Let's try a mock tornado. You know what? A mock tornado kill? I will definitely take it. Definitely take it. I think overall his neutral specials are like the exact same as they were in Brawl, like, you know, name-wise and also functionability. But his up special is like the only one that had like a massive change in like its look and its feel. It's still shuttle loop, but like it's just not the same as it used to be. I think the gliding also, like taking away the gliding really did hinder Meta Knight a lot because that's what he used so much. Just help him get back on stage and trip up his opponents. and like just to come in for attacks. It was such a good mechanic for him in Brawl, and for a lot of characters too, because Pit had that in Brawl and Charizard as well. But now that they don't have it, it does kind of suck, make them a little bit worse than they used to be. I guess Charizard though is just overall better than he was back in Brawl, but we'll get to him later. Alright, let's get these credits rolling. Meta Knights, probably neutral air, as per usual. Maybe up air for some quick hits. Yeah, up air is going to be a really good option for this as well. Going to be good to utilize for like the upper area. Absolutely. Going to be a really good one to use, for sure. I mean, but yeah, that's Meta Knight. Obviously, I used to play Meta Knight a lot back in Brawl, and I still do. I still love playing Meta Knight in Brawl. He's still really fun. I know that he's like, you know, the character. He's, in a way, sort of like the cop-out answer to a lot of people whenever they play Brawl. But like, he's still really fun. I just like playing him from time to time, right? Not like a main of mine, but still a character I just like to enjoy playing here and there. As like, he's kind of like a pocket pick, you know what I mean? If I just want to goof around, have fun, or if I'm like really, you know, if I want to play like a safe character, then he's definitely gonna be like my pick, right? But he's still a lot of fun in Smash 4 and Ultimate. I think he got a little bit worse in Ultimates than in Smash 4. I think maybe just in general, it maybe just like a relative to the cast kind of thing. He just became like worse because like tier list placing, because like just the cast got really good and really big. And sort of like, I don't know what, crowded. It got pretty crowded, right, in Ultimate, and it just kind of, I don't know. A lot of his strengths in Smash 4 definitely dwindled in going into Ultimate. He's still solid in Ultimate, but like not to the same extent as he was in Smash 4. It seems like he kind of gets worse as the series progresses, which is a shame, because he's such a fun character, such an iconic character. It just like, you know, it does suck that he gets put into that position, you know. Definitely does suck a lot, but it is what it is. But he's always been a very fun character to play. Like, even after Brawl, he's still been really enjoyable. I like him a lot in Smash 4. I've been trying to play him a little bit more in Ultimate too. I might actually try and play him a bit more in Smash 4 as well. Maybe, hey, maybe I can have him as a pocket pick in this game. Maybe, but we'll see about that. Anyways, that's Meta Knight. So let's check out his taunts real quick. You got the up taunt, you got the side taunt, fight me, and of course the down taunt. Damn, love this guy so much. He's got this probably some of the sickest taunts in all of Smash. Oh, actually got something. Collect 50 different special moves. Not bad, not bad. Got a little bit of a badge for that. I was like, what did we get? I remember doing a challenge with Meta Knight, but yeah, apparently that was it. Just some random challenge I could have gotten any time. But hey, not gonna complain about it for sure. Not gonna complain about it. All right, let's go ahead and check out his moveset real quick, because he's got some stuff to him. He's got some. I mean, again, moveset wise, it's about the same as it was back in Brawl. We already know, but we'll get a little bit into it, right? We'll get a little bit into it. So, starting things off, of course, we have his final smash. This one, if I can get it, is called Galaxia Darkness. It's a pretty simple, cool final smash where he just kind of envelops his opponents in his cloak, and actually, as long as he hits one opponent, as long as he gets one opponent with his final smash, I can't show it off, but as long as he gets one of them with his final smash, he will get all the other ones on the stage. So like, yeah, it's pretty cool in how that works. You can dodge it if you're not the one who like initially gets enveloped in the attack, which I think is still like a tool to get out of it, right? It's a useful tool, but still pretty cool. Envelops and then like just one big ass slash that sends his opponents flying. But time for a special move. So of course the neutral special, the Mach Tornado, a move where he just like spins around a lot and drags his opponent in for a few hits. If you press the button once, he just does it for a little bit, but if you continue pressing the button, he can gain a little bit of a height from it, and also it just prolongs his the amount of time that his that the move will go for. And also pretty okay recovery tool as well. Can get him back on pretty well. Not as good as back in Brawl, but like still pretty decent recovery tool. Then we have the side B, which is the Drill Rush. So like a more horizontal version of the Mach Tornado. Will just drill forward. Does have some interesting versatility to it. Can angle himself either upwards or downwards. And can sometimes bounce off of either his opponents or the stage itself if you angle into the opponents or into the stage, right? But if you just kind of go in a straight line with nothing, you know, in his way, he will just go into like free fall mode. So like just keep that in mind, right? Just do this. And just drops down a little bit, right? Simple. Then of course we got his up special, which is the shuttle loop. So different from back in Brawl, he does 2 loops, 1, 2, right? Where one can like pick up his opponent and then the other can like launch them. So just it's a more vertical up special than it was back in Brawl, which gives him pretty good vertical recovery too, but just less of a cool utility. Doesn't have the glide as they used to, but still a really useful kill option. So like, that's definitely something he gains from that. And then the final special move, the down special, the what is it called? Dimensional Cape, where he just disappears for a second and then reappears. If you hold the attack button down, the special button down, he will reappear for Sword Slash and attack his opponents. Or if you just simply let go of the special button the moment you use the move, he will just do a simple teleport, which is faster, but doesn't have the attack property to it, but can be used as a good way to just get out of the way, right, if you time it well. Or if you want the attack version, it is slower and leaves him a bit more open, but if you pull it off, you will get a good little bit of attack done on your opponents. And it can also kill. It can also kill at higher percentages. It also doesn't have the fun little like disappearing function that it used to back in Brawl. that was a goofy thing. He can like just straight up disappear for as long as he wanted to with Dimensional Cape, but it's really hard to pull off. I still haven't even pulled it off myself, but I want to try it. I want to try to see how it is. But anyways, here's Meta Knight, Kirby's mysterious rival. This masked swordsman appears in several Kirby games. His cape transforms into wings and grant him flight. In Smash Bros, his quick sword skills and aerial agility set him apart. He can jump up to 6 times in a row, and he has a special move to soar higher. And again, we have our Kirby's Adventure for the Nintendo Entertainment System, of course, his first appearance, and Kirby Superstar for the Super Nintendo. Honestly, what can you really expect? Those 2 games make a lot of sense. I think after Superstar, he didn't appear until either Nightmare in Dreamland or Amazing Mirror. I forget which one comes first, but yeah, one of the GBA Kirby games. Because he wasn't there for like any of the other ones, any of the Dreamlands. He wasn't there for 64 either, which is surprising. I'm surprised he wasn't there, but he wasn't. But anyways, that is all for today's episode of Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. Thank you guys so much for watching. In the next one, we're going to be heading through Classic Mode, done with the second row of characters, and now going into the third row, starting with, of course, Fox McCloud from the Star Fox series. Coming back from Smash 64. So we'll see how he performs in this game. Anyways, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Social media, including the Twitch and all of your channels, are of course down in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one. Pop-Tart out.